passes out of the sprawling 64 under the aegis of the ambassadors. Welcome, sir. Welcome to this evening, welcome to this event, and we have these personality on the stage, so we should actually depart and let the one-to-one start. Odisha today and tomorrow.
Sama, for a wonderful introduction of Dr. Madan Sethi. Myself, Group Editor, Divyajit. Before I start the proceeding, most touted interview of tonight, of the year probably, I must tell a couple of things of Dr. Madan Sethi. My memory is right. 3 to 4 weeks back, I made a call to Consul General of India to Vietnam, Dr. Madan Sethi himself. And I narrated that we'll have a 12th anniversary of Interview Times. Henceforth, we'll be honoring top 20 personalities of Odisha. They have done a remarkable job in the last recent years. He patiently listened me for at least our talks, the conversation lasted for 7 to 8 minutes. I readily accepted a proposal. I was pleasantly surprised. How come a Consul General accepted a convenience in 5 minutes? I kept on thinking for 2 to 3 days. What was the striking point before his coming to Odisha? I interacted with my friend, my senior, my consul editor and all those things. I suppose then I convinced myself that one thing has drawn him right from Vietnam to Odisha, his deep-rooted connection with the people of Odisha, Dr. Madan Sethi. Sir, today you have a theme called Odisha Today and Tomorrow. Over the years, Odisha has seen a dramatic changes in many spheres. If you talk about sports, roads and buildings, and even health sector. So many sectors it has risen to the occasion. To understand from a neutral side, sees and oversee Odisha's story from Vietnam, you must listen from his words rather than me. Indian Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar recently told to the media, even public, he lives international, which is a huge compliment, isn't it? So my question is, where does Dr. Sethi live? Because you are a man of two creatures. One is your home soil in Odisha and you serve Vietnam. So where did Dr. Sethi live?
So good evening to all of you and thank you for inviting me to this important occasion. I think this is a rare privilege for me to speak before such a august audience. So first of all, I must like to wish all of you on occasion of Gandhi Jayanti today. Mr. Divya told actually, if you know, I think in the last 9 years, the nature of engagement with the public has changed a lot. The people who are staying outside, the common people, they did not have that idea how a foreign policy of a country is being made, where it is oriented, how it is practiced. But if you see the last 10 years, 9 years time actually, common people have started knowing how foreign policy is being practiced actually. And most of the articles in everyday newspaper, I'm sure everybody is going through many articles which are writing about more happenings, more events which are happening at the foreign level. And what about my foreign minister? I know that he's one of the best in my service. I had also rare privilege of working with him for some time. And now we all know that India is becoming stronger and stronger, emerging as a global power. And particularly after this Chandrayaan success, we are seeing that the countries like US, UK and European Union, they have also started recognizing the power, the expertise of Indian scientists. About me, international means that how we can utilize the technology, the resource of foreign countries to promote our own interest and how to connect to our diaspora, how there should be parallel development and parallel growth actually. In almost every sectors. Working in foreign countries give us lots of ideas, no doubt actually. I worked in Myanmar, I worked in Rome, then I worked in Vietnam. All the three countries, three different perspectives, but I learned a lot also. How the governments, how the public, the community, they also come together to have some priorities. And sometimes also we can learn from these countries, which we can practice in our own country.
Wonderful. So, by the way, where do you most enjoy, whether in your home city or as the soil of Odisha, or Vietnam? What do you enjoy the most, being in the state or Vietnam?
And definitely state matters to me more than country, because here only I was brought up, I was nurtured, and still yet when I think about my schooling in Khorda in BJP High School, I feel very nostalgic about the school, about me also, because it is a rare privilege for a boy from a small town to go to this level and carrying the Indian flag in Vietnam. I had also the privilege of working as a Consul General in Mandalay. So it gives me lots of satisfaction that from Odisha that I have been given one of the most important work actually by my government to handle in Vietnam, which I am doing very good.
As a layman, because you all have the curiosity to know the idea of diplomacy. Let's suppose India buy oil from Gulf countries, weapon from Russia, and trade partner with the USA. But unfortunately and sadly, they quarrel each other day. How diplomacy work in this very alarming, very critical circumstances?
You see, diplomacy means I have to protect my country's interest first, and that now we are doing, whether we buy the oil from Russia, whether we sell it to other countries. The priority is to protect our interest, because we have, a large population, big importer of oil from other countries. So to protect our people, to protect our national interest.
Nation interest comes first to your as a diplomat.
Definitely.
So G20 was a game changer in geopolitics. In Indian perspectives, to contain and command over international forum, India needs to very powerful in terms of economy, military, and the growth story of GDP. So what are the strategy India should take to command over international stature or forum? What are the steps you think as a diplomat?
You see, in the last 10 years, the profile of India has gone up, the visibility of India has gone up. And I know there is a concerted effort by Honorable Prime Minister to take the image of India to high level, where he has succeeded. And these 20 was the culmination of all of our efforts in the last 9 years, and to bring the head of states of 20 top countries of the world and to bring a consensus among the members is a very difficult task, but India succeeded. And I personally believe that India is growing, India is emerging. All the nations in the world are noticing it. So it is
How
time.
confident are you? Are you 100% sure that India could have the impact over on soil, international forum? How much you confident?
Yeah, definitely. I think I can tell you, like when COVID happened, India was the country which provided vaccines and medicines to more than 100 countries. And I myself was handling 31 Central European countries.
Yeah. You have done a stellar job. I can remind you, I had done a story interview of sir over telephone. He told me he garnered $15.1 billion last calendar in trade with bilateral trade with India and Vietnam. This is what is his capacity of delivering diplomacy. So, sir, coming back to today's special day, it's a birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of a nation, mother of all democracy. So, his legacy and philosophy is still exists one market, one international forum.
Yeah, you must understand that there is no alternative to Gandhi, and I don't think there is any other international leader who has the same stature of Mahatma Gandhi. And if you can understand that it is only India that they got the independence through somewhat violent methods. So, and the ideas, the philosophy of Gandhi has no parallel. I don't think anyone at international level.
I can tell you, Odisha has seen a dramatic change, lot of turnaround, massive reforms, and Odisha is being blessed with a good governance. What they do basically, they have now various governance policies. They constantly bringing reforms, monitoring it continuously, constantly, and dealing with the last mile. This is the essence of today's bureaucracy movement. So, ma'am, leading by front as the DC of Odisha government. So, how do you see Odisha growth story as a honest manner, not favoring as a being a soil of the soil, as a true honest manner? You tell how Odisha's growth over the years and your view on that.
No, I know that I am quite aware that Odisha is growing on every front actually. I was going through some documents prepared by CSD, prepared by Assembly of Odisha about prospects, about the future plan actually. So from all angle, what I understand that Odisha is doing very good actually, whether it is poverty reduction, whether it is employment generation, whether it is providing lots of entertainments to deprived people. And I'm sure, I also am aware that Odisha is a pioneer in taking some of the reform measures when the other states have not taken those measures. So from my point of view, we understand that Odisha is
poised to be one of the important states in the country.
yeah, definitely. I think I understand that lots of other states, they follow. If you take the example of disaster management, I think Odisha was the leading example actually.
Yes.
Other states used to follow.
In terms
it.
of disaster management, irrigation,
If you see
roads buildings.
electric reforms, it is Odisha only who started it actually.
Yes, it's speaking of.
Yeah, they're doing a wonderful job actually. And definitely we have to catch up because Odisha is its own diversity. We have marginalized section of people, we have tribals, we have scheduled caste, and we have some difficulty in in allowing them to assess some of the benefits of the growth and development. But I'm sure the government is quite conscious of that actually, and all the efforts are being worked out to bring back those people to the mainstream.
So, the other day, Naveen Patnaik rated Modi government out of 8 out of 10. Suppose you are asked to rate Odisha government recently. So how much you rate out of 10?
I'll give 10 out of 10.
And don't be diplomatic. Be an honest answer because ma'am is here, a lot of bureaucracy are here. So how much you rate out of 10?
No, I think as I told you,
So you need a honest answer. You don't mind about that.
No,
Rather you'll improvise.
as a diplomat also we get lots of information from our own ministry about the progress and development of the states. And I must like to tell you that every meeting people used to speak on Odisha, how Odisha is progressing, how many of the recent 5T and other
Yes.
programs which the government of Odisha is doing, even if that women empowerment and other programs, actually, Mission Shakti, I think. So, and other states are also emulating that actually, so you have to understand that.
Your dream Odisha. What
Yeah.
kind of Odisha you want to see down the line?
If I really want to dream for my state, I feel that get equal opportunity, which still yet I think there is some time to give back to our people. So if people can get equal opportunity, if our young people can aspire for higher positions, for a good life, to become a good citizen, I think that's my dream for my state.
Bharat or India? There is a lot of talks going on that India should be Bharat. What is your stand on that?
No, I think you see in the constitution also it is written that India, that is Bharat. So I don't think there is
Thank
any.
God India hasn't yet changed the name. It is still in constitution. So as a diplomat, do you think Bharat could bring different stories, but India hasn't?
No, it's not like that. It is
Or it is kind of favoring to caste?
No. I think you see every other country in the world actually they have stuck to their old names. So there is no harm in sticking to our old names.
So your opinion, should it
Yeah.
name Bharat?
That is up to the government actually. That I cannot speak
So
on
you
that
take your
part.
time.
Thank you.
Thank God for that. Sir, my last question to you. You have worked under Indian Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. He's phenomenal. The spirit, the way he works is absolutely awe-inspiring. So how do you adore him? Do you adore him? And what inspires you most from the Dr. S. Jaishankar, Indian Foreign Minister?
Very hardworking during his career as an ambassador, as an officer. I had also the privilege of working with him for some time. And he understands that international politics is changing and we have to protect our own interest. And while India is growing and although, as you know, the geopolitical tensions are also happening, sometimes India is asked to choose a other line which India cannot do. And in that way, I can tell you the foreign ministry, my ministry is working fantastically, and people are also appreciating India for balancing its national goals with its engagements with other important countries of the world.
Sir, you have seen our Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik for decades together. So as a seasoned diplomat, as an overviewer of Odisha, so what is one-liner for Naveen Patnaik? 25 years into power and...
No, sorry, I can't answer that question.
So one line, I'm telling you one line.
No, sorry, I cannot.
Do you adore him?
See, it is the choice of the people, I must tell.
So my last question, since you're running out of time, so you should, can you say one thing? Do you love sports?
Yeah.
So how, can you say that how Odisha is prospering, getting momentum in sports, the way you handle World Cup in recent time, couple of times. So what is your view on that?
No, I think it is a very fantastic effort by the state government to promote hockey and other sports. I am sure people have started identifying and recognizing Odisha from that angle, and which is a very positive development. I must like to tell, because sports is an important component
That's
of
true.
not only for the country, for the people also. And I'm sure the state is doing very good actually in that.
It's a wonderful talking with the man of the moment, Dr. Madan Sethi. Lasting memory for the people of Odisha. You spoke so well and you are very optimistic, the growth of Odisha story. Thank you, gentlemen. It's a pleasure talking with Dr. Madan Sethi. Wonderful. For your presence.